Hello, I'd like to welcome you to our Affairs in Order overview brought to you by njlifegroup.com. I want to introduce myself. My name is Tomas Malave. I am a licensed agent in the state of New Jersey, licensed by the New Jersey Division of Banking and Insurance. I'm also a financial educator and an independent agent, meaning I'm not a captive agent for any one specific customer. And I also work with the National Agents Alliance, so we do represent about 14 different companies right now. Now, the mission, as far as what we're doing here at njlifegroup.com, our mission is to empower our community and families with the proper financial protection and education in order to foster growth and stability. We're working to help those in need with tearing down the barriers financial literacy can cause, and through compassionate education, we will positively affect as many families as possible. Now, as far as what we're doing with the Affairs in Order Estate Planning Review Program, our basic goal here is to make sure that everybody is organized in their homes when the time comes. It's not the most comfortable thing to talk about for people, so things can go by the wayside, and next thing you know, something happens and everybody's scrambling to get information. It's always a hectic time when a loved one passes or an emergency situation comes up, but it's made more hectic when you can't find any of the vital information. You don't know any insurance numbers, where the will is. There's anything that's needed to make the situation progress and get handled, whether it be final expenses that needed to get paid, or trying to figure out what the wishes were of the person who passed, or anything that's vitally important to getting on with life as they know it and moving forward. So what we like to do is help people get organized. We come to the house. It's a free organizational consultation. We go through emergency contact reviews, vital information reviews. We do an estate planning checklist review, so you know exactly where everything is. And if you look to the right here on the screen, you could actually see where it says where my assets are. That's actually a paper that you'll get where you actually can sit down and check off where everything is at and have it in a centralized location. It's so important to actually get this kind of stuff done. It seems little at first and something that you can keep putting off, but it's something that once you get done, the peace of mind it brings is really unparalleled. So basically, this is the overall gist of what we want to hammer home with the AAO program as far as having yourself organized. One is, where is my vital information? We want to make sure you centralize the location of vital documents and information. Even if all the vital documents are in the same place, just have a sheet of paper, either the one that we provide you or one that you can do on your own, that just says where everything is, and makes everything easier to be found, when the time comes. Also, whenever the information is needed, it can be found and cause less stress on you and on your loved ones. Again, it's one thing to deal with the passing of somebody, another thing that deals with the stress of getting the final arrangements and everything all squared away, or whatever arrangements need to be made, and then not have to, and actually have to play almost detective to try and find these things when it can be made much easier. And also keep information up to date and be sure to disclose the location to multiple trusted people. You want to make sure that a number of different people know where this stuff is, in case somebody's on vacation, or time passes and maybe that person passes away, or any number of things that could happen to where your information might be lost. Just make sure people are aware of where it is and where to find it. Now, moving into life insurance itself, what is life insurance? A life insurance policy is a contract with an insurance company. In exchange for premiums, which would be payments, the insurance company provides a lump sum payment, known as a death benefit, to the beneficiaries in the event of the insured's death. Typically, life insurance is chosen based on the needs and goals of the owner. And we'll move into that a little bit more right now as far as what needs and goals mean. Now, why have life insurance? Everybody's different in terms of what they might want life insurance for, or how much they might get, but these are the three kind of general ideas of why most people would get life insurance. One is for mortgage protection, especially with a young married couple. In the event that you pass away, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough put away to either, one, cover the rent for a few months, or the note on your home for a few months, or at least have a plan in place to whereas you could decide something to do. So whereas you might have had two incomes working towards this mortgage note, you now have one. You don't want your husband or wife to be stuck with a house and not be able to pay it and lose it. So that's one of the main reasons people might get life insurance. Another one is for similar reasons, for that income replacement. Again, there's a certain lifestyle that your loved ones might be accustomed to that you might want to keep going in the event you pass away, whenever that might be. And that's also to have that lined up for that issue as well. The third reason is final expenses. Maybe you have some outstanding debts you want to cover. Maybe you just want to cover the funeral and make sure that that's all taken off the table. Or maybe you want to handle inheritance taxes on stuff you're leaving to your children or your loved ones. The different things that there's different reasons to have it, but these are just some of the three of the most pertinent reasons. Now, as far as term versus whole life, there's two types of life insurance here. Term life being a temporary life insurance, and how that works in terms of being temporary is it's for a certain amount of years. It can be 5, 10, 15, 20, or 30 years, and it's typically at a cheaper rate because your rate's going to be revisited based upon your age at the end of your terms. This is ideal for a lot of younger couples will get this, as well as a lot of older couples that want to supplement some of their already existing long-term coverage. Some of the benefits of term life is that it's more affordable than whole life insurance is typically. There's typically no medical exam required in most cases. Some are, but most not. Most of that's a simplified issue. And then it's also independent from your employment and pension plan, so you actually have control of it yourself. Some of the things that you have to consider about it, though, is that it does not build cash value. Coverage ends when your policy expires, and that'll have to be revisited. And then also premiums may increase with age, so you're not locked in. The other side is a whole life insurance policy. It's actually a policy that you own. And the good things about a whole life policy is that a whole life insurance policy provides protection for your entire lifetime and actually accumulates cash value that the policy owner can borrow against moving forward into the future. When you work with certain clients in terms of tax-free retirement, things like that, that's kind of where people like to invest their money, because not only do you get that death benefit that you're paying into, so you're getting that cash, you're actually funding it with post-tax dollars. So when you want to try and when you want to borrow against it or take out the cash value, when you're ready for retirement, that can come out tax-free. But that's a different kind of conversation that we can talk about moving forward. Now, what are the benefits of whole life insurance? The premiums aren't going to increase with age, so your premium's going to be it's going to be higher than it's going to be with a term insurance, but you're going to be locked into that premium for the life of your policy. So unless you stop paying on the premiums or your premium lapses, you'll be good at that same rate, whether you're 30 or 85 or 89 or whenever your policy is set to expire. Okay. Now, a question a lot of people ask is, how much life insurance do I need? It all depends on what your situation is individually. Some people, again, just want to do stuff for final expenses. Some people have college loans. Some people own businesses, and they want to have make sure there's enough money to take care of the business, keep the business rolling, or have a buy-sell agreement where they can sell their business. Again, mortgage, depending on what you want to leave to your family. Say somebody wants to go to college and you want to just have something set in stone just in case anything happens to you in the meantime, that your child is taken care of for that expense. Or people simply want to fund a policy to donate tax-free money to the favorite charity or church or organization. Now, here's another question that you should ask as far as life insurance and what you're paying for. A lot of people think about themselves in this situation, but what happens is we don't think about other people, our loved ones, our parents, or a child. Now, you want to ask yourself, am I going to be responsible for the final expenses of a loved one, a parent or a child? So again, if your mother or father or grandfather or grandmother passed today or tomorrow, would you either have to fund a portion of that, or would that be put on you? And also ask yourself, do my parents have any coverage at all, or enough coverage, or just have that conversation and be organized in case things fall to you. You can also cover your parents or loved ones. You don't just have to buy life insurance on yourself. You can buy life insurance on people that are close to you, and again, who's close to you in terms of your parent or related to you or have some kind of business affiliation. You can get life insurance on those people, so that and you would have to prove what's called insurable interest. What that means is that in the event of their death, you would suffer some kind of financial loss. So once you can prove that to the insurance company, they're pretty much going to let you get that insurance you need on your parent, and it's really good to have that lined up, or at least have that conversation so you're not blindsided and have everything set up ready to go. Now here's a few real life examples of how life insurance actually works. And the company that we're going to use for this is Phoenix, and this is their Safe Harbor product. Just so you know how it works, this is a term product. So you pretty much decide how much you want, and then you get your premium based upon that, or you can tell them how much you would like to pay a month, how much you can afford in premium, and they would let you know how much that you could qualify for. Not What's really good about this product is not only does it provide the traditional death benefit, but there's also living benefits with this, which really makes it a pure life insurance product. And this isn't a common product, especially as a simplified issue, meaning that it's a term product and you don't have to go through blood tests or anything like that to get it done. It has 3 accelerated benefit riders, which means that as you're paying into this premium, if something happens while you're living, you're able to draw money from it. Whether it be a critical illness, and that's diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, cancer, kidney failure, or major organ transplant. Chronic illness, if you're unable to perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, and that's activities of daily living, including bathing, dressing, eating, toileting, stuff like that. And the third reason is terminal illness, if you were diagnosed with a life expectancy of less than 12 months. And here's just some examples of how this works. This client, Joe, at the age of 60, purchases a Phoenix Safe Harbor Term Life for the 20-year term and $200,000 benefit. Okay, so Joe suffers from complications related to COPD at age 70. This is 10 years later. He exercises his chronic illness benefit in order to receive a portion of his death benefit early to help pay for his care and assistance. 2 years later, Joe exercises his rider a second time to help pay for extensive medical costs. So again, not only are you able to enjoy a death benefit, but you're also able to pull this money out to help you either fight, fight for your life in terms of your medical costs, in-home assistance, things like that. But you're also able to get your death benefit as well. So it really serves you to have something like this. The second example is Randy. At the age of 40, she purchases a Phoenix Safe Harbor Life Term with a 30-year term and gets $250,000 in death benefit. Randy is diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 62, and she exercises her critical illness benefit in order to receive a portion of her death benefit early to cover medical expenses. So just so you see how this works, Randy accelerates 95% of her death benefit, or $237,500. Her actual benefit is based on a couple of different issues, depending on how ill she is and her future life expectancy. Phoenix offers Randy a critical illness benefit of $143,238, and then she can use this for any purpose. She can take it out, get her final expenses organized. She can take it out, have a vacation, or do whatever she wants to do that way. Here, Howard, age 50, is a similar example. He bought term life with a 20-year and $150,000 death benefit. He was diagnosed with a terminal illness at the age of 65 and was able to pull out his money to take his family on an extended vacation. So these are just types of things that you're able to do with insurance and how flexible it is. Also, people who want to give to who want to give to their favorite organizations and charities with life insurance as well. It's an excellent opportunity, even if you're all taken care of with your final expenses, and you want to pay a premium to help somebody else out, help an organization out. For an example, if you paid a premium off that gave you a $500,000 death benefit and you pass away, that all goes to a church or school or your organization tax free. That's a really good way to move forward. I'd like to thank you for taking some time out today to check out what we're doing here. If you would like to make an appointment with us or have any other questions, feel free to give us a call, 855-866-7153 extension 2, or go to njlifegroup.com and send us an email. Thank you.